Hey guys, welcome back, and today we'll be discussing another question. It's a ship and container question, and you can find it on Geeks for Geeks. Ship container. So what you have been told here is that there are n containers, and you have given amount of time, like suppose 3 days, and you have to deliver all these n containers within this amount, this 3 days, right? So this container is the one you find in the dockyard, and you have to calculate minimum capacity of ship. Okay, you have to minimize the capacity of the ship here, but how you can actually do it? Okay, so let's start that if the minimum capacity is actually equal to 1. Okay, the ship can carry, let's say, 1 ton. So on the first day it carries, on the second day it cannot carry 2 tons, right? So that means we have to choose a size which is actually greater than 2. So let's say the size is now 2. On the first day it carries 1, on the second day it carries 2, but the problem is that on the third day it carries 1, right? So the item has been delivered, and the client is very happy with that. But let's say it's 2 days, right? So what we can do in that case, how we have to calculate the minimum? If we do it with the same approach, what is the problem? So for example, the maximum capacity of the ship here is 2. So in this case, if the capacity is 2, that means it will take at least 3 days for the weights to get delivered, right? But if we take the capacity of the ship to be 3, we can actually deliver that all these weight in within the 2 days, right? So yes. And one more thing, this array here is actually not sorted. So yeah, you have to manage with that. Okay. So one more thing, that's how it goes. But what if the capacity of the ship is actually equal to 4? In this case the capacity is 4. That means that we are actually, there's a much better answer for that, 3. So we have to always head toward the minimum capacity. If it's possible to deliver with 4 as well, so we can take all these weight in the single load, like 1 plus 2 plus 1, and you can deliver in the single on the single day, and the client will be very happy. But that's not the minimum capacity of the ship. The minimum capacity is actually equal to 3. So you have to always go toward the minimum side. I hope you're able to understand this question, and let's start with the solution. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. What is the minimum capacity the ship must have? Not like the minimum weight it can carry. It should be the maximum element in this here. Let me take an example here. 5, 3, 8, 10. So let's take 5 here for example. So or the 3. Okay, the 3 is the weight minimum weight contain minimum it's a container with minimum weight. So basically 3 is a container with a minimum weight. What you can do here is that you have to ensure the ship is at least greater than equal to the minimum element. And what is the maximum size? Okay, what is the maximum size? It will be sum of all these elements. Ship cannot exceed 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 10. It's the worst case here, and it's the best case here. The best case is that all these L containers is also size 333, and you can just deliver them. If the day is actually good for only in that case, otherwise you have to again optimize it. Okay, so that was about the worst case and that case, right? So first thing over here is that we have to decide the function to validate, right? So we have to check if it is possible for it. Let us assume that we have calculated the minimum capacity of the ship as mx. Now we have to check if it is actually possible to deliver these weight with that number or not. So right now we are not focusing on how to calculate the mx. It's just a validation function, and mx is integer, certain integer. Okay, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just get how we can actually generate mx. So the basic idea here is that we have to is a bool function. Okay, we have to return true or false for a valid, because we are checking the validity. Now we have a vector weight Now this weight is responsible for storing all the weight of the container, one to one or maybe something else. Int n is responsible for storing the length of this weight. So basically n is nothing but weight dot size. Mx is the number I just assumed here. It will be any value, and I have to check if it is actually if the ship is actually able to deliver all these weight within a given amount of time. You if the capacity is mx, okay, and d is the date. Now let's start. Now what happened here is that I will just tell you a simple approach. You just have to keep. It's a greedy approach, right? You have to just keep adding the weight. Just keep adding. But as soon as the weight exceeds the given mx is the maximum capacity of the ship, right? Here it is maximum capacity. You cannot exceed the maximum capacity of the ship. You cannot say that I'm just putting 5 kilos on a ship with the capacity of 4 kilo. That will be really wrong. That would just overload the ship, and the ship would just sink. And so your career, not like it's an interview joke. Like if you don't get if you're not able to solve this question in front of the interview, that maybe it's not a good approach, or for some reason then maybe you're not able to get selected for the XP or so yeah, that would be a very bad thing. So what you can actually do over here is that we have to calculate. We have to just fill the ship here. We just keep filling the ship until and unless this condition is satisfied, that the sum is greater than mx. What is sum? We are just adding all the weight in the container. Okay, it's the current weight of the container. You can say current weight. If the current weight exceed the maximum capacity of the ship, that means we have to stop. But the ship is actually being overloaded, so we have to remove the last container, right? But instead, what we can do is that instead of removing, we can initialize the current sum again to weight I. This will help us to prepare for the next day departure. Current weight will be equal to as here. So I have set the sum weight is equal to 1. The reason behind this is that it is preparing for the second day departure. So here we have prepared a ship again for the second day departure, and after being loaded, that means the ship is being ready to deploy it, and we can just update the S. So here ST, it is actually ST. So you have to, what is ST here? So let me tell you that you have to maintain a count of the day number of days, right? So if the count of the number of days just exceed the D value, that means the ship cannot be delivered. The ship cannot deliver all these weight. So ST is just the number of days. Just it's keeping the track of all the weight, all the days. Okay, so for example, if it is 4 days, st is 4 days, and you have time of 3, that means it's not possible, right? And you will get a case for that. For example, in 1111, and you have a time of 2 days, and you have chosen the ship as the one. What happened here is that you load this container with one and set it on sail. Again, you load the container with one with set it on sail, and again you load it with one and set it on sail. So what will happen is that it will take 3 days, and the ST value will become 3. That means it's not possible to again do that, and you have to return false in this case. And after that, if it is being overloaded, what we can do is that we can just pass all these value, okay, again, because no one is caring. Okay, we are actually not putting the weights in the container. It's just the concept. We are just setting it on a sail. We have to just initialize the value again to 0, not to 0, the weight I. And once it has been set to weight I, we are prepared to be set it for the next day departure, and the next day it will function the same way. You can just try it on this, and it's actually pretty much simple. Now the next thing comes up here. Now let me tell you one thing. Okay, let's suppose there are different values for the capacity of ship. From the max. What is I told you it will vary from max to the total sum. You can call it. The value will lie in this range. What you can do over here is that you have to select the optimal value. Let's suppose we find the value somewhere here. So that means we have to ignore all this part because it's not valid tool. You have to look for You have to look for the more minimum value. So we have to go left hand side, not right hand side. So are you getting it? This is basically a binary search. right? So we have to just perform a binary search. Okay, how to perform a binary search? I will just put up here. First, we calculate the total sum of the vector. In the next, I decide the maximum value. Actually, it's not wait dot I. You have to put up a function of your. I have just missed out that. So for int I is equal to 0, you have to check if the max is able to exceed the weight I. If it is able to exceed, you have to change the value of the max to the weight dot I, weight I, and just initialize the max. So that's how you get the value of max, and there will be minus int return. So if you're not able to do that, you can just return -1. Because you can get a very impossible case as well. Okay, the case can be something like the weights are just you can get just impossible case, right? So if it is not possible, we can just return -1, and I will just tell you how it works. So we it's a high. Basically, I have replaced all the mid value here. We have in the binary function we always calculate the mid value, and basically it's always low plus high minus low by 2, right? So this is another form of a binary search tree. It works the same way as the normal one, and here it is low should be greater than equal to high. This is that, okay? And for understanding, I've just changed the whole variable name so you can get a much better idea. Here low represent the sum, which is the max element inside the vector, and the high represent the total value, okay, the total sum which we have calculated over here. Now we just perform a binary search. If for a particular value x, call it, if the for mid value, okay, if it is possible to deliver this weight, we're gonna change the rest value over here has met, because that's the weight we can definitely say that the ship can carry, yeah, and deliver all these products, right? So this is basically storing the answer, and we have initialized it to be -1, right? So we have initialized raised to -1, and we have to check if it is actually possible. So if let's say for mid value it is actually possible to deliver all this weight, so we just change the value of the rest, right? And we start looking to the left side of the as I explained here. Okay, once we have found the elements, we can just look on the left hand side here over here and check if it is actually possible to deliver all these container in using the capacity of this, right? So that's how it works. And yeah, and if it is not possible, like if it is not possible with mid, that means we have to definitely update the low value to the mid plus 1. We have to go on the right hand side. So right hand side will be something like this: mid plus 1 to the high value. So that's it, guys. That's the whole code, and thank you. I hope you like the video. See you next time.